discussed and we started looking into the World Wide Web, right? So what is World Wide Web? It's www. Okay, www.google.com is an domain name, right? Domain name we'll see it later. Okay, so what does World Wide Web represent? It's a collection of interconnection of related documents accessed over internet, okay, throughout the world. So this is the World Wide Web, and this is periodically developed and monitored by the W3C consortium. Who is the inventor of W3C consortium? University. Okay. So then what are the other things we are discussing in www? What is web client, web server, and what we have discussed? URL. Okay. So what is the web client? The one you want to access a resource from the which is available on the web. Okay, it is available anywhere in the world. That is a web. Okay, so want to access any data from a remote server. That is a web client. And what is a web server? The one who responds to the web client request, process and give the data, give the document. So that is the web server. Okay. Then what is the URL? Uniform resource locator. This is for uniquely identify a resource. Okay. So that is a URL, uniform resource locator. Uniquely identify a resource on the web, on an internet. Right. So can you say any commonly used URL? So every day we are searching Google. So www.google.com is the name of the Google server, right? So then what is that? URL is, so it should be transferred through a protocol. So the first is the protocol through which that request is sent. So HTTPS. What is HTTP and HTTPS difference? What's the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Yes, syntax error. Sorry, protection. Yeah, it's a secured transfer. Okay, HTTPS means secured hypertext transfer. Okay, so hypertext transfer, HTTP hypertext transfer means transferring hypertext. Okay, so that we will see. Okay, so URL means HTTPS : / then the domain name, then www.google.com login. In Google we are login. No, in a particular website, in a particular domain we are login. Suppose I am looking for an W3 school. Okay, over using a Google means it will come like that. w3.com. Okay, so this is the protocol and this is a domain name. And inside this one, so w3school.com also and one server. You provide, you have a pool of books. Okay, all the explanations, details about all the programming languages, okay, DBMS, Java, everything is given here. Okay, you can use it. You are using it, right? w3school.com. Are you all using it? w3school.com. Okay, so in that, suppose I am looking for an HTML. I want to study HTML. So in HTML page, I am going to know about the tables. Okay, like the table or HTML, whatever it is. So in this, so this is the domain name. Okay, and this is the local file for resource path. Okay, so this is the part of one URL. Okay, so together it is called as an URL. So we have every day we are using so many URLs. This is commonly we are using. Okay, right? And web document. So whenever I am requesting, so my request is sent to the requested server. Server will respond. So I get a document. That is called as a web document. Okay. So here we have three type of documents: static, dynamic, and active document. So what is static document? From the name we can identify. Can you say this table.html is a static document? So I am requesting to see the table about the table from the W3 school. Okay. So I am typing in a Google tutorial about HTML. So the corresponding URL will be displayed. So I am clicking and go to that page. Right. So here, can you say what type of document it should be? The table document. So the page is open, right? That is a web document. So what kind of document it is? This is an unknown. Static, dynamic, and active. This is a static document. Since the data is already fed by some author, someone. Okay. So who are writes, who are developed the page. So they put everything there. Okay. So it is a static document. So means a client requests a document over internet and the server will provide a response and the client cannot do any modification. Can I add some extra things on that table page? No. So this is a static. So static web document means the client, the end user cannot do any changes or modification on the web document. Okay. Only the instance of the web document is sent from a transfer from the server to the client. Okay. What is the instance of a document? Instance of a page. Yes. Instance. Instant object means, so web document is an object. What is the instant of that object? It's copy. Copy of that document is transferred to the client, not the original document. So the original is there in the server. Okay. So that is an example for a static web document. So static web documents mainly developed or designed using these web technologies. So you know about HTML, XML. You know what is XML? Yes. What is XML? HTML is for what? Valentine. What is HTML? HTML, hypertext markup language. What is the use of it? Yes? Developing a? Who is Valentine? For developing a? Developing a web page. Okay, right? And XML. What is XML? Extensible markup. What is that? Extensible markup language. What is the use of it? Yes. What is the use of XML? Gives the information about the web document. XML is an extended version of an HTML. The entire web document content will be displayed in terms of tags. Okay, so that is an XML. Gives information about the web document. Okay, then what is this name? An XSLT means extensible style sheet. So using this style sheet means we are applying the styles. We given look and feel. So we are applying the style sheet CSS. Okay, so that is an XSLT. So using this languages we can make a static web document. And what is dynamic web document? Dynamic means, suppose I am a user, I am in India, so I want to retrieve the date, current date and time, okay, from a particular server. Okay, so I am requesting, so like today's date and time. So if this is sent, and what I get, there are some links will be open and some is displaying the time. So some server will respond. So I get the time. Okay. So in the meantime, after 1 minute gap, so some other one, okay, or within a fraction of a second, the another user from anywhere, they also type what is today's date and time. So for that also server will respond. Okay. So do you think both the answers will be same? Both answers will be same or different? So Valentine requesting for today's date and time. What is their name? Prito. So Prito also requesting for date and time. So both are getting a response. Okay. So whether both of you get a same response or different one. We are make a request at the same time instead of time. The response will be same. But in the within the fraction of second difference, so they get a different response. Okay. So for Valentine given same, the content is same, but the value inside the content is different. Okay. So that is a dynamic web document. Okay. So what is meant by dynamic web document is the server will create the document based on the client request at an instant of time and respond to the client. So that is a dynamic web document. Okay, that is an example for a dynamic web document. So what language is mainly we are using for making a dynamic web document is, so we are using a server-side scripting languages. Okay, JSP, R and Python nowadays we are using. Then another next one. What is active web documents? So active web documents. When we say a document, the page is inactive. Josiah. When do we say a document, you are opening a page, when you say this page is an active page? Update means what? There is a difference between active and update. How can you tell me? There are two pages. Okay? So for example, you are opening a table.english here. This is one page. And you are open a login page. Your Gmail login page. Which one is an active page? Which one is a static page? Okay. Which is a static page? That login page is an active page. Means create an interaction between the client and the system. Okay, the local proxy server there. Okay, so this web document is called as an active web document. So that program which is run on the client side. So the program which is running on the client side is client side programming which is developed in a scripting languages. So whenever you are logging, so what it asking, enter your username and password. Right? You are giving it and it check for your credential. Once it is authorized, it will allow you to enter into the respective pages. Okay? So do you think these all happened at the server side or at the client side? Yes? Receiving your input and checking the database and checking your authenticity and respond back to you, and either to block you or to allow you to get into a page. This is happened at the server side or client side. So this is happening at the taking data from the database and checking the background process take place at the server side. But getting your information and respond back to you, it is happen at the client side only. The client side scripting code, okay, which is developed in any scripting languages. So this kind of document is an active web document. So generally we can categorize the web document as an active, then dynamic and static pages. Right? So whenever you are going to make any ERP application, so generally widely you are dividing your project into two programming styles. What are they? You are opening Amazon. So what are the client side script is there? What you are seeing there? What are the pages you are seeing? Login. Okay, this is client side one. Then you are searching. That is also a task, right? That is also your process. One module. Okay, you can't simply type and you can't simply get. There are last number of searching is going on. Since you are putting simply powder, list all type of powder. Is the turmeric or related to the grocery or related to the cosmetics, related to the medicine, all will be listed, right? Have you seen that? So it will do all the searching. Okay? So these are all happen at the client side. Then open a page and list the respective items or all the things from the server and display your client side. So these are all client side programming. What is server side programming? I am asking you, you are in the second hour, what kind of response is this? What is server side programming while you are doing shopping? Server side will be how it will be like that. You are ordering, okay, you are viewing some item. For example, you are ordering an what? Say some ordering. You are looking for a book. Huh? So you are okay, you find a book, but what do you do? You are ordering it. Okay? So whenever you are do the banking transaction, everything, so the amount credit here and it is updated in the database. This all happen at the server side. So that is the server side programming. Okay? So this is like that. So based on the nature, we categorize the data as a static, dynamic, and active pages. Right? So this is about what is World Wide Web. Okay. Then we go for an HTTP protocol. Okay. So what is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. What is the use of this protocol is? It is used to transfer the hypertext messages over internet. What is meant by hypertext message or hypertext? What is meant by hypertext? What is hypertext? What's the difference between text and hypertext? Yes? Text with the link is an hypertext. Text means all the words. Combination of alphanumeric characters and text. What is hypertext is text with the some link. Whenever you keep a mouse over it or click over the text, it redirects you to the some other page. So that is the hypertext. So HTTP protocol is used for transferring this hypertext, okay, over internet. Okay, that is the main objective of this HTTP. Okay, and this HTTP protocol, so this is runs over the TCP protocol. For transport, it uses the TCP protocol. So what is TCP protocol is? What is TCP? What protocol it is? What is the use of it? It is a transport layer protocol. What is TCP? Transmission control protocol is used to transfer the data or the document over network. Okay, over network, and this HTTP uses the TCP to carry this message from one network to the other network on internet. Clear? So that is the use of an TCP. How the HTTP uses the TCP. Okay, and it uses the port number 80. So called HTTP default uses the port number 80. The server HTTP server uses the 80, and the HTTP client uses the temporary port number, whatever available in the client system, it uses it. Okay, and in HTTP we have and generate two kind of messages: HTTP request message and response messages. Right? and persistent connection. Right? So what is non-persistent connection is? Client want to access a page from a server and that page having a link. Okay, so link, whenever click the link, it redirect to the another page. This means, so whenever I am asking listen, I need a page, so I request to the server, server respond to the page, and the page again have a link. So when you click again, connect to the server and get the response. So this is consider this scenario, right? So how the HTTP request and response will be take place, right? So first the client send a request. Suppose I am an end user, so I want a particular page. So I send a request. So before establishing the connection, the connection is established between the client and server is done by the three-way handshaking. Okay. So first we send a first handshake message, and the server is available means active means it will respond. Okay, so second handshake. Then once the server is active and respond to the client means, then the client will send that request. So not immediately directly can't send that message. I need a particular page or document. First request for the connection. Okay, so send a first handshake and the server will respond. Then again the client send the actual request by the third handshake. Okay, so once received, the connection is established between the client and server. After receiving the request message, we process the request message and respond to the client. The server responds to the client with the requested page. So once response is after the response is received, means I am looking for a particular page, so I received the page. Once my request is processed, what has happened in a non-persistent connection? The connection is terminated. For every request, connection is established. After receiving the response, the connection is terminated. That is called as a non-persistent connection. Okay, after receiving the response, the connection is terminated with the help of an again three-way handshaking. First handshake and second handshake and third handshake. By third, this request contain the what? Termination request, and the connection between the server and client will be terminated. But my the page is another request. So whenever there is another request is made, then another three-way handshaking this combination is taken place. Clear? So I am requesting a page. So while three-way handshaking, connection is established. Then server response. So once we see the response, the connection will be terminated. Okay? So this is a non-persistent. Suppose again this file having some image or something linked there, that should be downloaded again. So for that connection should be retained. But in non-persistent connection it is not available. So for that to establish it again and explicitly connection should be happen between the client and server. So what is the continuation? After receiving this, connection is terminated. So what I am having a link to another file, link to an image. So what is the continuation? Next to Sanjeev. What is the next message? Can they directly the response? Yes. Again, the client send a request. Okay. First handshake and response. And now request for the image. Third handshake. Requesting image. Right? Then server. Okay, and I get some image. So once image is received, again the connection is terminated. So this is called as a non-persistent connection. So what is the drawback of this non-persistent connection? What is the drawback of this non-persistent connection? Yes. So here, so if you want to make communication with the client server, one connection request and connection termination is enough. When in between I have an explicitly one another termination here, again you request here, again here termination here. So there are two pair of connection establishment, connection termination request is raised here. Okay, so to avoid it, we are using a persistent connection, HTTP persistent connection. So in this case, copy that. So after establish the connection, server respond. So I got a text message, text file, I got it. Okay, then in the text file, I have a link to an image, so that request will be sent. And Usually the method type is get or post, header, trace or delete. So what is a get request message means? So get means it sent an request to the server to retrieve the information. So get method is used for retrieving information from the server. So the request message carry the IP address, the URL and the request data. I am looking for a particular page means that request data is appended with the URL and sent to the server. Server will respond. Okay. So this is a get method. Right. Then post method means similar to the get method. So whatever the request I am sending, the request data is added to the URL, okay, and sent to the respective server. What is the difference between get and post? This is a commonly asked question in all university question paper. So get method means so the data appended to the URL is visible to everyone. For example, your login page. So whenever you are doing login, have you seen the URL? Have you seen an URL? So how it will be? HTTP whatever the page gmail.com, email login is gmail.com/login plus user ID is equal to some value plus password is equal to, so whatever you are submitting, it is carried over to the server via this request message. Okay, what is get method is that request data will be visible to everyone. Right? Clear? What is the drawback of it? My user ID password is known to everyone. So anyone can easily hack me, easily attack me. So that is a possibility of hacking. Right? So whereas in that post method means, so post method is used to update the information of the server. So it is also send the information to with the URL, but that information is encrypted. It is not visible to everyone. It is in a secure way it is transmitted. So that is the major difference between get and post method. So get method means the request data is visible to everyone. The data appended in the URL is visible to everyone. Whereas here the data is not visible. It is in an encrypted format. It is transmitted to the server. Okay. And take method. So this method is for used to get any header information about a particular document. I am requesting for a document means so the header information. So what the header information usually carry? What we have discussed in the YSLA model, what the header will add into each packet. With each packet is transmitted over each network. So what header information is added? Addresses, then address, main thing, then what encoding, what compression technique, okay, and what else? What routing is using, what IP addressing, IPv4 or IPv6, so all the informations, or what protocol is using to transfer, okay, so all the information version, everything is added in the header. So the header, if you want to access the header information about a document which is accessed over internet, I can use an head method. So using the head method, I can get the header information, metadata. What is metadata? Data about the data. Okay, so data about the document we can access using head method. Okay, and put method is used for sending document to update or create a document or update document at the server side. For that, the put method is used. Okay, and trace method. So what this trace method is? So it's like suppose a client send an request and is not sure whether it is received at the server. To make sure that the server received that the correct request message, the client has an possibility to get back the request message what is received at the server side. What did I say now? So what is trace method? So I am sending a request message. I want to know the server received my message or not. So to know that whatever the message the server received, so that is echo back to the client. Okay, so for that I can use the trace method. Okay, then delete. So delete means the request message I am mentioning the method is a delete means so the user, the end client has an accessibility to delete the web document which is stored at the server. So for that I can use the delete method. Okay, so this is about the HTTP protocol.